Hello Indie Warriors, it's great to be with you once again. I hope you're all doing well and enjoying your extensive backlog of indie games. Old Gamer Joe here, and I'm about to add even more, to your indie gaming library because I've got 10 hidden indie gems that not nearly enough people have played. We share a new list of treasures here on the channel every Friday, so be sure to like, subscribe, and support independent content over at patreon.com/idreamofindiegames. By joining, you can gain Discord access to the most amazing indie gaming community out there, enjoy early ad-free shows, receive a shout-out at the end of every video we produce, get our new podcast 3 days early, and so much more. Your new indie gaming community is waiting for you. And now, a quick word from our first indie sponsor, Sky Harvest. Have you ever dreamed of running your own farm? What about a farm that's in the sky? Oh, well, in Sky Harvest, you're the head cultivator, honoring the legacy of your grandfather. Sure, the tools he left you are a little beat up, but you'll make do. Turn a dying floating island into a bustling, prosperous farm rich with veggies fresh for the pickin'. This open-world farming adventure has you fishing, doing a little sky farming, and even forging new friendships. You'll even be able to customize the appearance of your lead character. Now how's that for options? But that's not all. There's a restaurant to manage, tools to craft, quests to take on, and yes, even relationships to pursue. That food should be served organic too, by the way, fresh out of the soil. If all that weren't enough, the merchant shop will have you wheeling and dealing in no time. Before you know it, Grandpa's rusty hammer and hoe will be a distant memory. So what are you waiting for? Please use the link in our description box below and add Sky Harvest to your wishlist today. We've got to support our local indie farmers after all. Alright then, it's on to the indies. First on our list this week, it's Mask Quest, an indie release that has a disappointingly low 35 reviews on Steam. What? While Mask Quest is a platformer at heart, its unique breathing mechanic and some other oddities help it stand out within its genre. The game features over 50 levels, chock full of stomach-dropping-to-your-butthole jumps, dangerous spikes, and enemies standing in your way. Complicating things is the fact that you'll need to manually breathe. Another reference for you, get in the comments. I can hold my breath for a long time. Or how about this one? Breathe in, breathe out. As the title implies, you are searching for a mask amongst a cityscape while taking part in sailing and even messing with the local police, using their own weapons against them. But it's having to manually breathe that will truly put your brain in a pretzel. This developer is well respected in the indie gaming scene, and Mask Quest is yet another example of why. It's just a shame more people didn't play this one. It's creative, engaging, and only takes a few hours to get through. Good silly fun, has the potential to get you a little bit angry, yes, but not for too long, you'll forgive it. Mask Quest can be purchased for $9.99 here in North America. Next up, a beautiful narrative-driven adventure that not nearly enough people are talking about. This is Last Time I Saw You, which no, is not about that awkward grocery encounter with your ex at all, but it is indeed a video game which is available on PC and all major consoles. Much like a relationship, however, Last Time I Saw You hits players directly in the feels, touching on themes such as love, loss, and it even explores how we try to make sense of tragedy. It's not all doom and gloom though, as there are some uplifting moments throughout, and the game is full of a memorable cast of characters. Taking place in Japan during the 80s, you play as a Yumi, who not only faces the challenges of growing up, but whose hometown has been cursed. Gameplay is quite simple with a heavy focus on exploration, so this might not be for those of you who crave a great deal of action. That said, its gorgeous visuals and sound design do an amazing job of drawing you into its world. Outside of maybe one or two puzzles, this is a pretty approachable game for any skill level. At around 5 hours or so, and without the worry of any major difficulty hurdles, Last Time I Saw You should be added to your collection if you're up for an emotional and beautiful narrative adventure. It's priced at $16.99 here in North America, and a demo is also available on Steam. I guess I'm in a narrative mood so far with this list, but regardless, the evocative Daemonologie is an unsettling short folk horror narrative title that far too many of you missed out on. Coming from the developer of Symphony of Seven Souls, you'll control a witch finder on a quest to, well, yeah, find the witch. You could have figured that one out, right? You'll meet some truly unusual townsfolk as you try to learn more about the witch, and if they aren't willing to talk, well then, let's just say you can be very persuasive. but one of the coolest parts of the game is its chilling visual style, especially the nightmare segments that use a spine-tingling stop-motion technique. There are quite a few different narrative threads to unravel here, meaning you'll need to do more than one playthrough to get the full picture. Still, you'll only get about an hour or so out of the game, making it a nice palate cleanser between whatever 30 to 40 hour bloat you might have backlogged. Alright, let's switch it up with a precision platformer. Who doesn't love one of those? Way too many people passed on Somnabuster, which, much like our previous entry, involves witches but is a very different kind of game. Here you control a young student named Macy, who after a visit from a magical firefly, is transported to the magical lands of Esperanto. Oh, I love that name. Now armed with a broom, you must explore this new world and find your way home. Side note, please never try to jump down 6 steps on a broom to see if you'll fly, trust me, it doesn't work. Anyways, you'll have a few abilities to help you as you platform through the game's many perilous situations. There's a broom burst ability, the option of turning into a human or a witch cannonball, and even a pogo mode that will have you bouncing like my last check to the electric company. The game is quick too, though accessibility options ensure you'll find a comfortable challenge. All told, this is a super fun platformer that calls back to the Sega Genesis era. It controls well and even features some awesome hidden secrets. A great way for platforming fans to spend 7 hours. And don't let the cutesy art fool you, there's a challenge here if you seek it. Are you ready to rock out with your beep out? Wow, I can't believe I just censored my own word. Rhythm fans should pay attention to Starstruck Hands of Time, which came out last year to very little fanfare. You are the guitar master as you travel through time, controlling a massive hand that must destroy a, by comparison, tiny town. Oh, my tiny little nipples went to France! And hey, do you happen to have some old plastic Guitar Hero instruments laying around? They'll work with this game too. There's even an autoplay feature if you prefer to just sit back and enjoy the awesome rockin' soundtrack. With 3 adventures total, some fun rhythm-based scrolling gameplay, and the occasional puzzle to solve, Starstruck Hands of Time is so very worth your time. And yes, a normal controller works fine too if you want to be a fuddy-duddy. If you seek something a bit offbeat in the same vein as a Katamari game and you're open to something new and different, well then dust off those Guitar Hero instruments. This one should strike a chord with you. Plus the art is just amazing. Whoa, hey, we're already halfway through this list, so why don't we take a quick breather to check out another one of our amazing indie sponsors for this episode. It's Raised by Screens, and coming to a screen near you is Bare Knuckle Sandwich. Did you grow up losing to Mike Tyson or Mr. Dream, depending which version of Punch-Out you had? Yeah, well, so did I, and I plan to take out that pent-up childhood rage on my punk opponents in Bare Knuckle Sandwich. This 2D boxing title features a full storyline that will take you from a filthy gym to the main event. You play as Gunner, who fights underground against the lowest of the low until meeting his mentor that shows him a path to the championship. Learn those tricky patterns and punch out your opponents. Rely on your precision dodging skills and send them to the mat with a mighty uppercut that Mike would be proud of. There's even mini-games to go along with the story segments you'll encounter. So just what are you waiting for, hero? Use the link in our description box below and become the next King of the Ring, as Bare Knuckle Sandwich is available now, and we don't want to see it end up on a list like this in the future. Alright, champ, let's get back to our hidden indie gems. Let's slash on over to Slash Quest, a hidden indie gem that sits at just 83 reviews on Steam, for shame. Slash Quest's unconventional controls will take you a little bit of time to wrap your head around, but that's also part of what makes this bite-sized indie so much fun. You control Shepard, navigating a magical sword through evil monsters while solving puzzles on a quest to return the blade to its proper owner, the Queen of the Lands. You know, we're used to being strong warriors in video games who easily swing their swords freely, swing that sword, but in Slash Quest that trope gets spun around as the sword controls you. Further complicating matters, the more enemies you kill, the larger the sword becomes. Along with a bevy of cosmetics to collect, there are a total of 16 wacky wild levels, alongside a good amount of upgrades and power-ups that add to the overall fun factor. There are even mini-games and leaderboards further extending your playtime. With a solid 10 to 12 hours of gameplay, Slash Quest is a charming and original title that earns its affordable $4.99 asking price. Onward to another gorgeous 2D platformer that audiences didn't savor, Saviorless, telling the tale of Antar, who's on a personal journey of discovery. The The gameplay shines as you explore the smiling islands, battling ferocious creatures and collecting hidden mementos scattered throughout the areas you'll explore. The few people who did play this game fell in love with its captivating narrative, those stunning visuals, and the accessible gameplay, which does serve as a breath of fresh air amidst the sea of difficult Metroidvania and Souls games. The game won't take much of your time either, clocking in somewhere between 3 and 5 hours. If you've been dying to add another platformer to your indie gaming collection, one that won't have you slamming your controller in anger, then Saviorless is a no-brainer. It's just $12.99 here in North America, and its amazing soundtrack can also be purchased separately. Alright, oui, have you wanted to be an artiste before? Pfft, oop, it would appear I am a fartiste. Antipaint might look weird, and that's because, well, it is. This is a roguelite shooter of sorts with the unusual backdrop of a canvas where you'll battle various forms of art. You can't make this stuff up, only in the indie scene. Your journey to be the most famous artist in all the lands involves defeating enemies of your own imagination, using an assortment of brushes and characters. Unlock new rewards as you complete more paintings, gain upgrades, and find the inner artist within you. The game controls very much like other twin-stick shooters, but maybe lacks some of the more precise mechanics fans of the genre have come to know and love. Of course, art is subjective. That said, it's perfectly playable, has a really zany fun OST, and will have you in tears with its unique sense of humor. If you've dreamed of a roguelike designed for artists, this will be the game for you. It's $7.99, so not a huge barrier for entry either. Before I let you all carry on with your lives, let's have a glance at Little Lives, coming to us from Houndstooth Games. This is the first simulation game on our list, maybe the first one on any of the Hidden Gems lists so far. Either way, takes place in the town of Littleton. You'll create a character, decide on their personality, and then get to climbing the corporate ladder. Work hard and earn yourself a home that you can then remodel to your liking. Meet friends and fall in love all over again. Oh yes, there is romance abound. Different career paths are also available to embark upon, and heck, you might even go to college before you decide what you want to do with your life, because who doesn't love endless college loans that are impossible to pay back? Learn some hobbies too, like playing guitar. You might become the next Prince. The game does require you to put in a good amount of grind to get where you're going, but hey, that's life after all. Time to close out another week of Hidden Indie Gems, this time with Decimate Drive. With a title like that, you know what to expect. This horror game has you running for your life as various vehicles track you down with one single goal in mind: to splatter your guts all over the streets. Wait, killer vehicles? Okay, maybe that's not what I was expecting. Each enemy has unique tactics, with some cars being sneaky in their approach, and other trucks being loud and aggressive as they try to mow you down. Your goal is simple: survive and figure out why all these vehicles want you dead. Something tells me Geico isn't gonna pay for this one. There's a full story mode, a hit-and-run arcade mode, New Game Plus, and tons of different vehicles. This game's worth taking for a test drive based on its unique premise alone. So honk if you're horny and grab it now. That's gonna do it for this week, folks. We hope you found the next hidden indie gem of your dreams. As always, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more content just like this, check out the Patreon, and voice to the voiceless. I'll see you in the next video. For far too long, you, the gamer, have been denied honest gaming coverage. Indie developers and publishers have lost their voice, but no longer. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and head over to patreon.com/idreamofindiegames to join this epic campaign for indie visibility. The echo chamber trembles as our message grows louder. Voice to the voiceless.